It's that time again, checkpoint exercises. And in this section, we're looking at negative exponents and the exponent 0. So with number 1, we're given 4 to the negative 3. Remember, all we do is move it to the opposite side if it's in the top. And this is the same thing as 4 to the negative 3 over 1, so it is in the numerator. We move it to the denominator and make the power, the exponent, positive. So 1 over 4 cubed. And we could further simplify that to 1 over 64. So 4 to the negative 3 is the same as 1/64. With number 2, we're given an expression with a variable. We're given that it's not 0, so this is simply going to be move it to the bottom, 1 over g to the 7th. With number 3, we're asked to write with a negative exponent, so it's working backwards from the first two problems. And this is going to equal, move it to the top and change the sign to negative, x to the negative 6. With number 4, we have to recognize what is 169 written with a base and a power. Well, 169 is 13 squared. And again, we're asked to write it with a negative exponent, so 1 over 13 squared, we move it to the top, change the sign, that's 13 to the negative 2. Number 5, we have a multiplication problem. So we can go ahead and use the laws of exponents in which we have the same base and we're multiplying, we add the exponents. So this is the same thing as 3 to the negative 5 plus 4, which equals 3 to the negative 1. And then we move it to the denominator, change the sign, so this is 1/3. Now in problem 6, we're given that a frog weighs 7 to the negative 2 ounces, a flea weighs 7 to the negative 5 ounces, and we're asked how many times greater is the weight of the frog than the weight of the flea. So this would simply be the weight of the frog divided by the weight of the flea. So 7 to the negative 2 divided by 7 to the negative 5. Move from numerator to denominator, denominator to numerator, and change the sign of the exponent. So we have 7 to the 5th power over 7 squared. That equals 7 to the 5 minus 2, which equals 7 cubed. We could technically leave it as that, but it makes more sense to have it as a whole number. So 7 cubed, that's 7 times 7 is 49, times 7 is 343. So the weight of the frog is 343 times greater than the weight of the flea.